Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how to implement a distance sensor driver on XBD. Okay, so here is our distance sensor itself, and I'll show you how it's working. So this is my board, all connected together. There is some lights. Okay, let's cover them with a film so you can see better how they are flashing as a response. There's one flashing lights indicating that board is alive. Okay, so I'm going to cover sensor with some object in front of it, and you'll see how lights starts flashing. Okay, so it's getting close. I see more lights. So now it is a minimal length being measured. Okay, taking it further away. Number of lights reduced. Okay, cover again. So you see see 6 lights, 5 distant lights gone. Okay, so that's a simple device, and now we'll see how it is working. So since last video, there's been lots of improvements in XBD. One is ability to have a project. So in a project you can combine multiple XBD definitions in one project to build. So this is my Parktronic main definition, and I'm including two items from a components library. So one is a live block, which you saw. There's a light flashing every second, and this one HCSR04 is a file containing driver for distance sensor. So root definition is quite simple. So I have a set of marks measured in centimeters, like 6 centimeters, 8, 10, 15, and 20. So I'm displaying these lights every time the counter is changed, and counter holds the number of centimeters from sensor to the object in front of it. We've got two signals, echo and trigger, which are required by the sensor, and these are bound to the actual lights. Is alive, which is flashing, is ready. There's a driver reports when there's a signal of from the sensor, and a set of marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my counter, and this is a measure, which is event. I'm firing to start measuring. So this is some logic which comparing the marks with the counter, and so you see it's like logic less or equal mark 1, so it's in the mark 1 and so on, 5 of them. So this is a new element. Every period is a shortcut for timer and event, so you don't have to type these things, so it's wrapped into one single element. Every period 200 milliseconds I'm triggering the event. So this is not much in there. You just need to assign anything to the signal. So this sequence is triggered every time the distance is changed. So I just assigning this combinatorial logic to registered output for marks and for is ready. And this is a key thing in the project, is a list of external components that I'm going to use. So first is alive. So just bounded to output is alive. So internal is a pin on a controller is alive, and external is element on the Parktronic XML. Second one is a sensor. So it's see like two signals bounded, echo and trigger, which is connected to the distance sensor. Distance is the output from this controller, which reports the actual distance in centimeters and the measure trigger signal event. And this is a user block to react on change of the counter. So actual logic is encapsulated in this guy, and in the Parktronic XML itself is I'm just using some logic to decide which lights to fire, depends on the distance. Also later I will add some alarm and sounds in here, so this can be a fully functional device. So now let's have a look at the implementation of the driver. So this is a user module called sensor. You can call it driver or whatever. This for now is just sensor. So it has one event. Trigger event is being fired every time measure signal is changed. So every time the parent element assign anything to this signal, trigger event is fired. So this is my echo signal. So it has special attribute required. If you don't link it on a parent here, let's say if we comment out this line, this one, compilation will fail with error saying that missing echo signal. Okay, so these are register signals like measure, which is event, trigger, which is going outside, and the distance. So where the driver reports the distance. So some counter, so it actually calculating the number of centimeters from sensor to the object. So nothing is I have set of warnings that I'm producing while analyzing the code, and this one is a race condition on the register, so we're suppressing it because I know what I'm doing. If you don't have it, you will see it during the compilation, and then you have to decide whether rewrite your code or suppress it. Okay, so this is just a counter, centimeters counter, and this is a trigger sequence. So when this if external component asks to measure the distance, what I'm doing is I'm assigning the height to the trigger signal, wait for 20 milliseconds, this from specification for this distance sensor, then set it to 0. Then this is the measurement time. I'm allowing 100 milliseconds for measurement, and then I'm assigning centimeters count to distance to the output. That's it. The whole driver logic for measuring. And this is the guy who is actually doing the measurement. So I did some calculations, and this is the exact time, almost exact time, that sound needs to do a round trip for 1 centimeter. So you see, it is, you can specify it very accurately, and generator will try to match it as best as it can, providing the input board frequency. So actual time is very close to this. So what we are doing is we just counting this centimeters counter every time the echo signal is high. Once it's high, we add 1, and that's effectively it. That's how distance is measured using this device. So that's it for this video, and next time I'll come with some more interesting stuff. Thank you for watching.